My girlfriend has the famous best friend. Here's the thing, I was really close to a guy when I started dating my girlfriend, and I introduced them to each other. Well, since this friend of mine was also in a relationship, I didn't mind too much, but I ended up finding out some things that really made me mad, to say the least. First, my friend took a break from his girlfriend. Second, he was going to my girlfriend's building when I was traveling, without telling me. And third, I found out today that when he was drunk, he said, "I'm going to break up with her to be with you," and tried to kiss my girlfriend, who turned her head away. When I found out about this, my reaction was still polite. I said, "Babe, cut him off, tell him you're with me and that he's being really weird." But my girlfriend said she wasn't sure if he was hitting on her, that she thought it was just a bad joke and that that's just his way. She sent me the famous line, "He's just my friend." Something similar happened with my girlfriend's friend, who was doing the same thing to me, and I cut it off right away. I didn't care if it was her way or whatever, I just said, "I'm in a relationship, stop it," and blocked her on WhatsApp and Instagram. Is it too much to ask her to do the same thing? I try to be as understanding as possible with my girlfriend, but it's also complicated, right? So we decided the following. We pretended to him that we had taken a break, and I sent him, "Oh man, I took a break with her." And guess what? As soon as I sent that, my girlfriend received the following message from him, "I love you." And for her, that still isn't enough to know if he's just joking or being serious. Ha 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 ha. Well, that's basically it. All of this is still happening, so nothing is resolved. I was just feeling kind of bad about it and wanted to share. I've gotten sick of all my favorite foods. I'm facing a problem lately. I'm getting sick of everything I like and have always eaten. I stopped eating any kind of meat, like stroganoff, roasted chicken, fish, hard-boiled eggs, beans, pasta, temaki, and many other things. If I put any of them on my plate, I feel nauseous just from the smell. I've tried forcing myself to eat, and I almost threw up on the plate. It's strange because I've always eaten all of this and really liked it. Now, out of nowhere, I've started getting sick of several foods at the same time. Before, I could eat these things quite frequently, but now, in 1 month, I liked everything, and the next, I can't even look at them. Has this ever happened to any of you? How did you deal with it? My boss gave me homework. I'm in my first job as a sales associate and stock clerk, but I need to improve in the sales area. My boss wants me to get more involved in this sector and to seek out videos and texts about the subject. However, I get home so tired that I can't dedicate myself to it. Lately, I've just been coming home, sitting on the couch and waiting for bedtime without even stopping to play, study, or do anything else. Today, on my day off, my boss gave me some homework. He asked me to send him videos I've been watching about sales and how to improve in this area. I'm a bit frustrated because I wanted to rest today, but that's fine. I don't know any good content related to this. Can anyone help me? I went to the mall and a salesperson treated me badly for no reason. Today, something very unusual happened. I was at Norte shopping here in Rio de Janeiro, and after I finished my shopping, I put my backpack on the floor to grab my wallet that I had left inside it. I had a lot of things in my hands, so I kneeled down quickly to grab it and put it in my pocket. I did this right next to the car, which was for sale. It was in the hallway inside the mall, right by the entrance. So many people were walking by, looking at the car and everything. I didn't even pay attention to it. For me, it was just another thing that was there. At that moment, out of nowhere, a saleswoman approached me asking, "Good afternoon, can I help you with something?" I replied, No. I even shook my finger and gave a slightly embarrassed smile. She surprised me with her reaction. I hadn't seen her behind the car and she came walking fast towards me. I think she misunderstood, thinking I was interested in the car or something. Exactly 20 seconds later, she walked past me, on my right side as she was leaving, and said the following phrase, "This isn't funny, pal! We're here working!" And she walked away with an angry look, staring ahead. I replied, "Well, but did I do something wrong? I didn't do anything. I didn't do anything at all." I really wanted to curse that idiot out. You can think of all the swear words possible, because I felt like saying all of them to that woman. Out of nowhere. I didn't touch the car. I didn't say anything. I didn't do anything wrong, and the person gave me a rude and harsh response for no reason. What a miserable person. She must have a bad life and wants to take her anger out on others who haven't done anything to her. I'm into the guy my friend says she likes. He likes her too. Well, one afternoon I met a friend and saw that she was with someone I had never seen before. She said they needed to go to the terminal to catch the bus, so I decided to go with them. While we were talking, the guy didn't speak at all, and I had already forgotten he was there. I decided to ask who he was, and my friend told me his name was Rogerio. That's when I noticed him and saw that he was a handsome guy, but I ignored it. At first, I thought it was really just friendship between the two of them, but at one point, I ended up being in the middle, and my friend pulled me to the side to go back to being between us. While I was talking about a game I like, he decided to talk for the first time, and when I realized, my friend was trying to join the conversation too, which is typical of her because she always tries to get involved in everything, and most of the time it's a lie. After that, I started thinking about him because we had similar tastes. He was handsome and funny. The next day, I saw he was with her again. I was talking to my friend, and sometimes he joined in too. After a while, he said he needed to go home, leaving just me, her, and another friend who had been talking to someone else earlier. I took the opportunity to ask my friend about her intentions with him. She said they were just friends and then confessed that she liked him. But since I know her, I know that every time I ask, she changes her mind. The result of this conversation was that she said she was confused, but was only giving him a chance because this other friend asked her to. He likes her, and she said she knows that, but then she said she didn't know if he felt the same. Personally, I felt sorry for the guy because I know she's a player. She says she loves him, she says she likes him, but she loves and likes only the feeling of being desired by someone. As soon as someone better comes along, she replaces them. Honestly, I hate these behaviors of hers, and I try as much as I can to distance myself. But because of the friend group, it's almost impossible, so I just hang in there, at least until it all falls apart. I asked everyone in the group if they thought she really liked him, and everyone said no, that they knew he would just be another one on her list. So I decided to follow my heart. I felt attracted to him, so I'll try to get closer. I sent him a message about what we were talking about that day, and as expected, he replied in a short and direct way. I don't blame him. It shows that he's respecting her, even though they're not really involved. Imagine, you're into a guy and your friend messages him, and the guy responds and starts a conversation. A bit strange, right? Why would your friend message your almost hookup? I totally understand him. Then I found out that he confessed his feelings to her, and she said she needed to think. The next day, he sent me a message, which I didn't see at first, but I replied the next day. He was trying to strike up a conversation with me, but I thought it was about my friend, not a conversation about common interests. From there, I don't know what to do. Do I become the homewrecker and keep talking to him? Or do I pretend this feeling never appeared and just watch how it ends for them as a couple, even though I know it won't last long? Am I an idiot for ending a 25-year marriage? I, age 47, have been married for 25 years to W48 with one adult child. We've always had a peaceful life with the usual ups and downs of any marriage. I've always made sure she never lacked anything, especially attention, affection, and sex. I've always been more active in this area, and she would wait for me to take the initiative. In recent years, she started experiencing the effects of menopause, low libido, insomnia, etc. And I tried to help, encouraging exercise, doctor visits, things any husband would do. In early 2022, the three of us went to a restaurant, and she felt unwell. Her blood pressure dropped, and she fainted. So I spent the night at the hospital with her. I can't sleep in a chair, so I stayed awake all night while she was in bed on an IV. In the middle of the night, I saw a message on her WhatsApp. Since it was unlocked, I had informed her mother and sisters. I checked to see if it was them asking for updates. It was an unknown person asking how the night had gone. I thought it was strange, didn't respond, but looked at the rest of the conversation. There didn't seem to be anything out of the ordinary except for the timing, during work hours and at night, usually when I was already asleep. But there were gaps, like deleted messages. I didn't confront her right away because of her hospitalization. A few days later, I asked who this guy was, and she got a bit nervous, but said he was from a store where she left her car parked near her work and would often strike up conversations with her. I asked about the late-night conversations, and she said she would get on the internet when she had insomnia, but it wasn't anything serious. I asked if she had anything going on with him because if she did, we should resolve it right away. She swore it was nothing and said she would stop talking to him. Fine, we made peace. In the middle of last year, I saw likes from this same guy on her Instagram. I didn't say anything but waited for the opportunity to check her direct messages to see if there was any conversation, and there was. This time, there were no messages on WhatsApp. The guy was giving a lot of compliments, sending double entendre messages, and making cheeky jokes. She responded normally, laughed, liked the stories he sent, but I didn't see any messages from her setting boundaries on the type of conversation because she was married. On the contrary, she would even send him some jokes. I spent some time monitoring and taking screenshots, as she would delete the direct messages occasionally. During this time, I went through several phases: anger, sadness, and finally, indifference. What made me even angrier was that she could see I was sad and silent, so she would hug me and say she wanted what was best for me, only to be talking to this guy and laughing at his jokes a few minutes later. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe so you don't miss any of our amazing stories. Let us know in the comments what you thought about this video or suggest a topic for the next one. We'd love to hear from you. See you in the next video, and remember, history is full of lessons that shape our world. Bye for now!